Hello, and welcome to this quick walkthrough on how to copy and share and then access the results of our Student Technology Access Survey. So what you're going to do is go ahead and start here at otl.wayne.edu Teach Anywhere. This is our Teach Anywhere hub where we're going to be sharing resources and updating you as we get more information. What you'll need to do is go down to this third bullet. This is always going to be under this third bullet. This is the Student Technology Access Survey Guide. So when you click on this, a PDF will open up in a new tab. And so this is a guide we've created on both sharing the survey and then later interpreting the survey results. So you'll definitely want to go ahead and get this. What you'll click here is duplicate the survey. So what this does is it allows you to save the survey to your own OneDrive. And I'll show you what that means here in a moment. We'll click duplicate the survey. This is just going to show me what the survey looks like. As you can see, there are various questions here. Do your students have access to a webcam, headset, Wi-Fi, other things that are going to be really important as we're transitioning to remote teaching this semester. What you're going to click is up here in the top right, duplicate it. It's going to ask you to sign in to Microsoft. You're going to go ahead and use your Access ID. And proceed to log in. Now you can see that it looks a little bit different here. I can click in here and change the title. I'm going to just, for example, use Content 10. So this is the course that I'm teaching. If you're teaching multiple courses, you're going to want to make multiple copies of this. So what you might want to do is make a first copy, make any changes that you want to make, and then copy that and personalize it for each of your courses. That way you can get a little bit more fine-grained data on what access certain groups of students have or might not have. We've put some sort of boilerplate language in here that you can use, that you can leave in here for your students. You can also go ahead and personalize this. So I might put my name, my email, and any other information that I might want my students to have. Say I want to go ahead and edit this survey slightly. There's some things I want to change to make it work for my course a little bit better. You can see this first question is about what types of technology they have, and so they can select if they have none. This is something you need to be paying attention for, is if they don't have any computer or laptop or phone. Do you have access to a webcam? One of the instructors changed this to a working webcam. Some students have webcams, but they are not functional, so that might be wording that you would want to change. You can change any of the wording here that you feel is necessary. We also have students to rate the quality of their Wi-Fi. Some students might have Wi-Fi at home. It just might not be very reliable. Something else to pay attention to is whether or not students use cell phone data to access the internet at home. This is going to be something you want to think about as you make decisions on how to interact with your students and how to share content with them. Say I want to add another question here at the bottom. So I'm going to add a text box question and just ask my students, is there anything else I need to know about your situation that will, is there anything else that you need to know about your situation? You can word this any way you want and change this any way that you'd like to. So now that I'm done, I've added the question I wanted to add, I've changed my wording at the top. I want to share this with my students. So that's where we're going to go up here in the top right and click Share. You can see here it says anyone with the link can respond. They don't have to sign in, they just have to have the link. So you'll click Copy, and it says the link is ready for you to paste. So you can put this in an email. We also recommend posting this as an announcement in Canvas. Make sure that you give your students a due date. When do you want this information? You'll just sort of want to think about how much time you have to make these decisions. Once you've completed this and you've sent it out to your students, you're going to want to be able to find the resource again to see the responses. You're going to do that by accessing Academica. Over here in the top right, there's this little letter icon. It says email below it. Click that. And this is going to take you to the Microsoft Online suite that we have access to. And so this is a big list of tools that we have. As you can see, Forms is in my top used tools. If this is your first time using Forms, that might not be the case. So you're going to need to click All Apps, and then it's listed alphabetically, so I'm going to click Forms. From here you can see I've done this a few times now. I'm going to go ahead and click my first one here. And then you can see the questions again where we were editing previously, and in this tab you can click responses. You can see I don't have any responses because I just created this, but you will see the number of responses, how much time students have completed, and it will give you some data about what your students had to say, what their answers were. You can also download this in an Excel sheet if that's something that's easier for you to process. Thank you so much for taking this step toward supporting your students and for all of your hard work this semester.